Greetings, everyone. I'm Ambesh and I'm grateful to be here with Marius for the episode 27 of the Power Pages Quick Test series. In this episode, we will delve into how to use the File Manager PCF control in the Power Pages. So let's get started. This control is designed to enhance the file management within the Power Pages using the Azure File API. It enables the users to seamlessly upload, download, and manage files stored in the Azure Blob Storage, offering significant advantages over the traditional solution like a SharePoint. With support for file up to example 10 GB, scalable architecture, cost-effective pay-as-you-go pricing, and advanced security features. This component is ideal for handling the large file while ensuring the high availability and seamless integration within your Azure services. Using Azure Blob Storage for file management in the Power Pages offers several advantages over the storage solution like a SharePoint. You can get the increased file size limit, scalability, it is cost effective, it is highly available, and the durability is also high. It also provides you the full security infrastructures, global reach, and integration with Azure services. Also, it's a developer friendly. If you talk about some of the great features around, you can upload the multiple files. You can configure the limits also, like file size, number of files, along file type, or the MIME type can be configured very easily, like via the component properties and the site setting. They have a responsive and the adaptive UIs, edit forms compatibilities, you can get a progress indicators. Error handling mechanism is available. Then we have a security compliance. We have a theming supports. We can also go for the dynamic grid and sortings, multiple languages support. We can also have an accessibility interaction here. So loaded with a lot of features. And I would highly recommend to start exploring this and using it in your platform. Let's have a quick overview that how to implement the Power Pages file manager there. So you have to configure firstly with the Azure Blob Storage. Then you need to add the role-based permission for the Microsoft Entra, like Azure AD. Import the managed or unmanaged solution in your environment. Create a text columns, add the PCF to the new columns and configure it. Beside of the configuration in this PCF form, you have to add the code components metadata to the form. Don't forget to turn on the web APIs there. Create a table permissions records for example, contact, environment variable definition, environment variable values table. Additionally, if needed, clear the site cache and you are free to rock now. Now I would like to request Marius to show how to use the file manager PCF control in Power Pages, some of the great tips and inside secrets. Over to you, Marius.
Thank you, Ambesh. Yeah, the Power Pages file manager was published by Richard Wilson, and over at his GitHub, you will find the README with a lot of steps about the installation, how to configure everything. But I will guide you through. But you will still need this page and maybe the official documentation of Microsoft that is linked over here because of all the settings that are made. So we need a storage account. I've named mine Marius Wodke Power Pages. In this storage account, we need blobs in the end, but first the access control under role assignments. You will find that I have enabled the portal site 1, that is my Power Page, the service principal to have the reader and storage blob data contributor role, and you can add them up top here with add role assignment. Then you need to configure a lot of site settings. The site setting I was missing in the documentation is the one that I also need to enable the web API for the entity I am uploading the files to. So annotation is where the information about where the blob is stored is in, but I also need to enable my entity. And then these other things, for example, up here, the storage account name and the blob storage container name is important. Let's get over into Azure again. So here with the storage browser and blob containers, you can see I have here the Power Pages blob container. Okay, then we also need to import the solution with the PCF so that if we go into our form, here I have a simple text field, so just shows the name column here. I can take the Power Pages file manager as a component to this field. And then over at the Design Studio, I've created a page with this exact form. I've put down the note section here so that I can see the annotation for my own debugging right here. In the production, of course, you wouldn't do this. However, in this, so I can select the form here, but I can also select the form field. And then if you have not enabled, it's called enable code component. But here you see the flip switch enable code component, and it again lists you all the various options that you can configure here, like maximum number of files or the upload limit. An interesting option, for example, would be display all files. Maybe you don't want to see, show the user what was uploaded previously, only what he has uploaded right now. That would be the option, for example. Okay, and then let's go over into the Power page. I've reopened here an existing record because currently this only works on existing records. After all, it creates annotations. So let's upload a file right here. I will take PNG and upload it. You see that it's at 99% currently, and now it's uploaded. I can download the file again, so that will get me a download link. I can also delete if I have the delete permission, of course. So this is still obeyed. And if we look over at the record in CRM, so for once, this is a side tip with forms. So I always suggest to use a specific extra form for Power Pages and not the same information form that you would display in Power Apps, because this control is designed to work with Power Pages, not with the web API of Dataverse itself. So it won't show the files, and you need a different component for that. But down here with the notes, we can see the annotation that was just created when we uploaded the file. So, and in this, you will only find a TXT file. I've uploaded a PNG file with an image, and that image might be large, but in here is only a TXT file with a reference to in which blob the actual file is stored. So let's hop over into the blob container, Power Pages. And now I quickly need to check the ID is 764. So this container right here, or this folder, has my PNG inside, and we can see that it has 22 kilobytes, and the node in CRM only has 202 bytes, and this would scale to gigabytes, right? If someone uploads a gigabyte of data, you only would probably have something around 250 bytes or something like this in your Dataverse storage, and everything else is on the cheaper Azure storage. Okay, that's my demo. Over to you, Ambesh.
Thank you so much, Marius. It was really a nice demo, so I really appreciate for that one. Also, please note that you have to use the web APIs to upload the file to the Azure Blob Storage. But I hope with the new PCF control, this is a quick win here. Also, stay tuned to the channel by subscribing and pressing the bell icon. Share the video with your friends and colleagues who are having the same skill sets. We will be coming up with the more interesting tips, knowledge sharing, and the lesson rolling around the Power Pages. Also, please always keep your eyes into the description of the video so that you are always up to date with latest changes into the content of the video which we have spoken. Till that, have a nice time and happy learning. Goodbye.